Here in Morgantown, overcast, 52 degrees. It feels even colder. For more on this game, let's go down and check in with Bruce Feldman about one of the top threats in this game.
Yeah, guys, keep an eye on tiny Jakeem Grant for Texas Tech. He is 5'6", 160 pounds, and he can fly. Cliff Kingsbury said he is the toughest guy to tackle in space I've ever seen, and Oklahoma State would probably agree. He had 323 all-purpose yards last week. Now, he's been dealing with a gimpy Achilles for a lot of the last month, but I'm told, you know, don't worry about him. The Texas Tech coach just told me he is the toughest guy in their locker room. In fact, he's beaten up a defensive lineman and a linebacker on their team in the last 2 years.
Bruce, watch out down there, okay? You never know what can happen.
I'm not going to tick him off.
West Virginia won the toss. They've elected to receive. Clayton Hatfield kicks off for Javon Durant. He will take a knee. And West Virginia will start with the ball at the 25. And Petros, three things we need to know when WVU has the ball.
Well, West Virginia's got to get Wendell Smallwood going. He is their best player. He is a fine back, and he'll help stabilize that offense. And at the same time, from the quarterback position, Skylar Howard's got to do a better job. He runs the ball well. He's a tough guy. He has to do a better job with intermediate routes just to keep the drives going. And Texas Tech, come on, guys. Tackle. That's been the hardest thing for these guys. If you can't tackle, it doesn't matter what defense you call.
Skylar Howard will start in the shotgun. Smallwood in the backfield on first down. They will throw. It's a drop ball by Javon Durant, the true freshman. Skylar Howard, the quarterback for this West Virginia team. You mentioned those intermediate passes. That's what he said he has to improve on. But they run the zone read a lot with this guy.
They get it going, and he's a tough guy. He's got a big head. He hits people with that head. That was a good intermediate throw, but it was dropped.
Yep. Second down and 10. Smallwood splits out. It'll be a run here for Howard. And Skylar Howard looked like he bumped into his own guy. Picks up 4. Third down and 6. Adam Pankey is the guy that he ran into. His offensive lineman.
Yeah, he had a nice lane, but sometimes you just don't expect your own lineman to get their feet back or they're behind in front of you. He did have a pretty big gain there if he didn't fall down.
3rd and 6. Howard, a little screen pass for Smallwood. Got a good block. Smallwood has the first down, and he's shoved out. Let's see if there's a flag coming in late. No flag, a first down. Micah Awe with a tackle, a 10-yard pickup on that screen.
It's a great job by Tyler Orlowski, the center, of getting out in front of this and really wrecking shop on the double team and getting Smallwood in space.
First handoff and the first carry for Smallwood. And he's got himself a first down, 12 yards. Deshaun Johnson and Keenan Ward combined for the tackle.
Now, the Mountaineers, obviously, with Dana Holgorsen as the head coach, they want to play fast, too.
Howard with time goes towards the sideline, and it's incomplete for Javon Durant. Durant was open,
and he was missed badly at that point by Howard, and you heard a little bit of restlessness in the crowd because he has just missed those throws. And in this offense, you just have to be more precise throwing those mid-range kind of routes. That was a first down.
Dana Holgorsen, as we talked about in the open, he realizes the story is yet to be written for this team. Russell Shell, Elijah Wellman in the backfield. On second down and 10. It is kept by Howard up the middle, and Howard maybe gets a yard. Pete Robertson, one of the best defensive players for Texas Tech, makes the stop.
That was a good job by Robertson, preseason all Big 12 guy, really bowing up and stopping that run. And now a 3rd and long situation, and the Red Raiders have an opportunity starting out the game to get off the field. Remember, on defense, they had a good start last week, and then things fell apart in the second quarter.
West Virginia converted on 3rd and 6 already, now 3rd and 10. Howard throws and completes that pass, trying to reach for the first down. There's Karan White, and White will be short, gets 7. Let's see what West Virginia does. And it looks like Dana Holgorsen says, hey, let's go for it. 4th down at the 39. They have to get to the 38, so 4th and 1.
And they have their fullback in the game, Elijah Wellman. Good player.
It's kept by Howard. He gets pushed forward. A flag comes in from the far side of the field.
Well, they did a great job of making a quick decision and getting up to the line of scrimmage and converting.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 15 was lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
David Sills, the former quarterback, now wide receiver.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Prior to enforcing the foul, we will measure to see if West Virginia made the line to gain.
Because obviously that'll dictate whether or not Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech will decline this penalty or accept it.
And it looked like Howard was able to get the first down on the QB sneak.
I thought so too.
Watch the fullback get a push on Howard at the end, and I think that's really what made the difference in the play. That's a first down.
The measurement is a first down, so obviously now Texas Tech accepts the penalty. And it's a 5-yard penalty, so 4th and 6. Nick O'Toole, the punter, has come on here for West Virginia.
And that's huge for Texas Tech to get a stop like that, and equally frustrating for the Mountaineers to be at home and get a few positive plays on that drive. The missed throw is really the glaring part, and obviously the misalignment by David Sills, a wide receiver.
That's one of those, that's the mental mistake that you just can't make at that moment. 4th down and 6. Cameron Batson is back at his own 10. Nick O'Toole to punt, trying to pin Texas Tech back deep, and this is a good punt as it will be downed inside the 5 at the 4. A 39-yard punt by Nick O'Toole does a job, pins Texas Tech back. And as Texas Tech takes the field, what should we look for with them?
Well, fasten your safety belt. This is going to be a lot of fun. They do need to get a little bit better with the outside receivers. We heard from Bruce about Jakeem Grant and just how tough he is. They need to develop more of those guys. They have about 11 on the roster. And utilize the back. They have one of the best backs in the Big 12, DeAndre Washington. They don't call a lot of plays for him. A lot of the plays he gets are checks to run. And as far as West Virginia goes, we talked about Nick Kwiatkowski. Limit those big explosive plays. Texas Tech, best in the country, and plays over 20 yards.
They will start at their own 4-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on first down, hands off to Washington. And Washington enters this game 68 yards shy of 100. Patrick Mahomes, you talked about him in the open. Such a dynamic threat back there at quarterback.
Yeah, he keeps his eyes down the field very well when he scrambles. He's got really good hips. He's got great mechanics. He improvises well. Can't wait to see him perform here in Morgantown.
Jakeem Grant, his first touch of the afternoon. He gets wrapped up in the backfield. Jared Harper with a tackle, loss of 4.
And they need that from Jared Harper. He's replacing Carl Joseph, maybe one of the best defenders in the country, certainly one of the best in the Big 12. Harper, strong safety, coming up and making a sure tackle on a guy Bruce told us one of the toughest people to tackle in the conference.
Carl Joseph lost to an injury on October 6th. This offense facing a 3rd and 9, and breaking off the route was Kiki Cutie. And a 3-and-out forced by this West Virginia defense, which is exactly what they were hoping to do in this game, because frankly, you're not going to stop Texas Tech all the time. It's, can you get some 3-and-outs?
But you mentioned it, Justin. It's a little brisk this afternoon here in beautiful Morgantown. They've been on the sideline. They started the game on the sideline. West Virginia has the ability to run the ball. They have a fullback. They can bleed that clock a little bit like Kansas State. Let's see if they do that, get in possession here, or if they go fast.
Michael Barden to punt from his own end zone. A low punt. K.J. Dillon to return it from the 49. Dillon still on his feet. He's going to be marked down, let's see, at the 35-yard line. A 44-yard punt, 15-yard return. And great starting field position as they're going to mark it at the 36 for West Virginia. Here's starting at the 36 of Texas Tech. And a season recap of these two looks like, well, both teams got off to good starts, but the Big 12 Conference, when you're playing against the juggernauts, yeah, both of them 0-4. On first down, Skylar Howard. Hand off to Shell. And Shell will get a yard. For Texas Tech, almost there. They're one win away from being bowl eligible. But for West Virginia, as we talked about, phase 3 starts now. Their next 5 opponents, look at that record. 3 of those 5 here at home. 2 of those 3, Petros will call. Throw towards the sideline to Javon Durant. He's got the first down at the 24-yard line.
I love it here, and that was a play that they needed to convert. It hurt Howard's confidence a little bit in the first series when he missed that throw. That time, able to make it. And we talked to him yesterday. He's a great young man, just needs to settle himself down a little bit when it comes to the intermediate routes in Dana Holgerson's offense.
Russell Shell in motion, splits out wide. They throw it to him. Shell, good job switching hands, picks up 8, run out by Nigel Bethel, the second.
And the difference between these offenses is West Virginia just a little heavier with their offense, just a little bit more ability to beat you up with the front line.
Empty backfield here on 2nd and 2 as Skylar Howard looks this sideline. Quarterback run. Howard has the first down and more. Skylar Howard takes it down to the 5-yard line. Nigel Bethel is second with a tackle again. 1st and goal coming up.
And here's the hard part about being a quarterback like Skylar Howard. I mean, this is a tough guy with a lot of energy. That was a good run. You see he got up. He was a little bit riled up. But now he might have to throw a ball. He might have to throw a ball with a little bit of touch. So he's got to get back and settle himself down. These are all tough things in this offense, especially with the pace that they play.
1st and goal from the 5. The fullback Wellman is in. Shell in the backfield. They hand off to Shell. Shell dive to the end zone. Touchdown. Fourth rushing touchdown of the year for Russell Shell. And that puts West Virginia on the board first.
Well, we talked about Elijah Wellman, the fullback. Check him out, number 28, leading through. And that's just a great lead block. Really opens things up. Shell kept it really close, really skinny in the hole, did a good job of getting back upfield and scoring the touchdown.
Josh Lambert now on for the extra point. They only had to go 36 yards because the defense did the job and kept Texas Tech on a 3-and-out. And then it's Russell Shell punching it in from 5 yards out. 7-0 Mountaineers.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to take their act to the next level. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. 2% back at the grocery store. And 3% back on gas. Vince of the Flying Branzinos got a Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card. Because he may earn his living jumping through hoops, but he'd rather not earn cash back that way. That's the spectacle of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Some moments are worth the journey. We'll help get the most out of every mile. Chase down your passion. Never halfway. Hankook Tire.
We call ourselves the Greenwood Runners.
The Open Water Paddlers. The Hike Life Trail Club.
For us, it's not about running faster.
It's about being out here together. The feeling is hard to describe. You can't put it into words, but we don't have to.
For friends who come together to reach for better, we brew a superior tasting light beer with fewer carbs and calories. Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. Great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier. Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
Every Christmas is memorable. But a gift from Kay Jewelers makes it unforgettable. Save up to 30% on diamond fashions at Kay, the #1 memory maker in America.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
You never know what you're going to see here in Morgantown. 7-0 Mountaineers lead Texas Tech. A quick 5-play, 36-yard drive. Russell Shell, the 5-yard touchdown run. Nick O'Toole will kick off here for West Virginia. Jakeem Grant, Justin Stockton back deep. Grant, the dangerous, dangerous return man for the Red Raiders. Grant will take it from the 3. Looking for some blockers. Grant getting to the outside, cuts it back, and he gets tackled by the kicker, Nick O'Toole. A 30-yard return. We've got an injury update for that. Let's go down and check in with Bruce Feldman.
Yeah, Justin, bad news for West Virginia. Terrell Chestnut, starting cornerback, a 5th-year senior. He is not able to play today. He's dealing with bad shoulder injury. They are actually down 3 defensive backs now, if you include the great Carl Joseph, who's out for the season. Not good news when you're facing a really explosive Texas Tech offense.
That's right, and he was going to try and go. I guess in the warm-ups, it just didn't work out. And Texas Tech got to be licking their chops seeing that guy on the sideline.
Looking to the reverse. A throw back to Mahomes. And a good job by this West Virginia defense to stop that. Daryl Worley was right there against Mahomes. Jonathan Giles, the receiver who threw the pass.
Yeah, that's a lot for 5 yards. And you know, that's one of those plays that you call in the huddle and everybody goes, really? We're going to do that right now?
Mahomes comes back near side. DeAndre Washington. And Washington, good job being stood up by K.J. Dillon. Gets 5, sets up 3rd and short.
K.J. Dillon, one of the best players on this West Virginia defense. Washington, one of the best running backs in the Big 12, and that's a really good matchup. Won by Dillon.
Washington easily gets that first down, just going right up the middle. Nick Kwiatkowski with his first tackle, and high praise for this DeAndre Washington by Tony Gibson. Tony Gibson said he's the best back we're going to face in this conference.
Well, he's on all the watch lists. Maxwell, Doak Walker, and he's close to 1,000 yards.
Mahomes rolling out, swings it back for Washington, setting up a screen. Washington able to cut it back. Avoids some tacklers, gets shoved forward up to the 40. Kwiatkowski with a tackle, a pickup of 12.
You know, what's interesting about this play and Cliff Kingsbury and the type of offense he's running is just the space involved. I mean, watch, it's all created. He gets to the opposite side of the hash and puts it out for the running back.
And Washington looks tired on that handoff. Didn't have much. Jared Barber, Kwiatkowski combined for the tackle. No pickup. And Washington's going to go out and get a breather.
Yeah, this air raid offense that Cliff Kingsbury coaches so brilliantly, it's very interesting because the space they create and then the way the hash marks are lined up in college, it just makes it almost impossible to defend for 4 quarters.
2nd down and 10. Justin Stockton with his first carry. And Stockton, look at the number of blue jerseys around him to bring him down. Again, no gain, 3rd and 10. Jared Harper, Edward Muldrow, the 3rd combined for the stop. 3rd and 10 here. From the 40. Mahomes checking back, and this is what Tony Gibson wants from his defense. Let them dictate the tempo, slow them down. Mahomes to pass, and he completes that pass. A good run after the catch by Cameron Batson. Gets the first down, 27 yards.
Job by Mahomes, who took some pressure and delivered that arrow route. Great job by Batson, really selling, going inside and then popping back out. Huge play for Texas Tech, keeping the drive alive. Now
you're looking at 1st and 10 from the 11. Two backs in, Stockton and Washington. It's the handoff to Washington, trying to get outside. A nice job coming up to make the tackle again. K.J. Dillon, a 4-yard run, but Dillon's impressive out there as a safety.
Well, that's 3 tackles so far at least on this drive for K.J. Dillon. And that was a really good tackle again against a good back. This time he didn't have to push Washington out of bounds. He had to get him all the way to the ground, and he accomplished that.
2nd down and 7. Mahomes running with it. Mahomes brought down at the 5. Jared Harper, Nick Kwiatkowski combined for the tackle. So 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 4 here for the Red Raiders. Texas Tech 2 for 3 on 3rd down so far. Grant in motion. And we're going to have a false start against DeAndre Washington.
False start. Offense, number 21. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You can see DeAndre Washington made that move a bit too early, and everybody saw it.
And sometimes you can play it off if you're a running back.
Timeout for an injured player.
Injured player here, 7-0. 3rd and 9 coming up for Texas Tech.
Dave & Buster's is the best place to watch your team with your crew on game day. Football apps just $5 on Sundays and Mondays, and dozens of beers to choose from. Plus massive TVs and play all the newest games too. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Presented by K Jewelers. Little YMCA here at Milan Puskar Stadium. Always a good thing to get the crowd up on the feet. 10 plays, 66 yards. Jakeem Grant with the touchdown to tie it up here. Clayton Hatfield will kick off now for Texas Tech. Gary Jennings, Javon Durant back deep to return. Durant, he will take a knee. West Virginia ball at the 25. Time for a Lowe's game break. Let's go back to LA and check in with Jenny Taft.
Thanks, Justin. Number 5, Notre Dame visiting Pitt. Deshaun Kaiser getting things going, finding a wide-open Will Fuller for the 47-yard TD pass, his 10th receiving touchdown this season. The Irish up 7-3 in the first quarter. Guys, back to you.
That's taking place about an hour and 15 minutes away from here in Pittsburgh from Morgantown. For West Virginia, Wendell Smallwood back in at tailback. On 1st down, they'll hand off to Smallwood. A huge hole for him as he gets taken down by Keenan Ward. 7-yard pickup. This is the evolution of the offense here at West Virginia under Dana Holgorsen. Look how many more rush plays they're running now.
And some of it is personnel-based. They had a couple guys from West Virginia, a fullback and a tight end that they like, and then they were able to incorporate them into the offense.
2nd down and 3. The quick pass, and that's dropped by Shelton Gibson. Maybe a little bit behind him, the pass by Skylar Howard. But Gibson will say, I should have had it.
And he should have. It hit him right in the hands. And this is what happens when your quarterback's struggling a little bit with intermediate routes. The receivers stop trusting it, and they get a little jittery. And that time you saw it, the ball was a little bit behind, but should have been caught. And now a 3rd down situation for the Mountaineers.
3rd and 3. They're 1 for 2 thus far on 3rd downs. Howard, quarterback draw, and he gets wrapped up, tackled by Keenan Ward, shy of the 1st down marker. A very nice play by Ward.
Great job by Ward coming up from his strong safety position. 41 tackles coming into the game on the season, and Howard is a shifty guy, and he's a tough guy, and he's pretty good in the contact zone. He picked a shoulder on Ward and tried to run right through him, but he couldn't. Great job of tackling by Ward. That's big improvement for the Red Raiders defense.
Nick O'Toole, his 2nd punt, a high, short one. Batson tells his guys clear out of the way as this will be down at the 37-yard line. Just a 28-yard punt by Nick O'Toole. Time to climb some stairs here in Morgantown.
With Pizza Hut's $6.99 any deal, I can get a meat lovers and they can get all the fresh vegetables they want. No more compromise.
Bring home the flavor with America's no compromise pizza deal. Get any 2 medium pizzas with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
So, Jill, I know the markets have taken a hit lately. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to touch base.
How did Edward Jones come to manage over $800 billion in assets?
Oh, okay. Here's our latest market outlook, and there are 2 things that I'd like to point out.
Through FaceTime when you really need it.
So that's interesting. You know, we had spoken about that before.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see.
All tied here in Morgantown. This was the conversation after the touchdown by Jakeem Grant. A lot of fun with Grant and Mahomes.
Yeah, he's saying, I was standing there forever. Why didn't you see me? And here you see Grant. And finally, Kwiatkowski is going to recognize where he is and that he's got to come over and cover him. But that's a tough cover for a guy like Kwiatkowski. Look at him buzzing all around like a little June bug, and then he finally gets up underneath that linebacker and scores. That was one of the longest developing plays in Texas Tech history.
We've got a flag on the play. The handoff was to Justin Stockton. But this will go against Texas Tech.
Ball start. Right guard. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
You know, watching Jakeem Grant run around out here, a little guy so difficult to tackle, reminds me of a couple years ago, a great West Virginia player by the name of Tavon Austin. You know, similar type of skill set.
Empty backfield here now on 1st and 15 for Texas Tech. Mahomes will get it quickly to Grant. Grant makes one guy miss, then gets thrown to the ground by K.J. Dillon, and Nick Kwiatkowski picks up just 2.
And you brought it up a little earlier. The Mountaineers defense, one of the stronger defenses in the Big 12, and they've had a rough go the last month, but they're doing a great job of swarming to the ball and making sure they get guys on the ground. Good pursuit.
On 2nd and 13, Mahomes running the option. The pitch to Cutie. And Kiki Cutie out at the 43, gets 10 yards, sets up a much more manageable 3rd down and 3.
That was one of those old Nebraska Eric Crouch type of pitches. He just threw it out there to the sideline and ran right into Cutie. Nice pitch, really pretty.
DeAndre Washington in the backfield. Here on 3rd and 3. Mahomes to Grant with some room, and Grant gets brought down. Again, it's K.J. Dillon. You know, they talk about tackling in college football these days. That may not have been the best tackle, but he gets this guy down. But he is a really good open field tackler.
He found a way. I mean, Grant did a good job of cutting right up underneath him, and then he slung him down. Were his knees down? Maybe the right knee, but for sure the elbow went down, and that's why they blew the whistle.
The punt by Barden. And the fair catch is made by K.J. Dillon at the 48-yard punt. Switches the field position. Let's check in with Bruce Feldman.
Guys, these offenses, which have taken the Big 12 by storm, are really a product of some of the most creative minds in football history. And you see here, Bill Walsh, Mouse Davis, June Jones, those 2 run-and-shoot guys, the great Lavelle Edwards from BYU. And then it came together on some bar napkins at a small school named Iowa Wesleyan with Hal Mumme and his protege, Mike Leach. And they have drawn it up, and it has created some really spectacular offense. And now we see it. Bob Stoops has gotten back to it at OU with Lincoln Riley, a Mike Leach protege. I spoke to both Leach and Mumme, and they say, got to give a lot of credit to Linde Infante as well, and the great Sid Gilman. He's kind of the godfather of offensive ball football.
Smallwood hits the hole. A good run by him. It looks like he may have lost the ball as he went to the turf. The officials, no sign. It's going to be a first down for West Virginia.
Another quick hitting play right up the middle. Smallwood being dragged down by the shoulder. Couldn't tell from that angle if Johnson was able to get the ball out before. You could tell there that he's down. Good call by the officials.
11-yard run, 1st and 10. Russell Shell is now in. Shell takes the handoff, gets wrapped up in the backfield, and he's going to lose a yard. Dakota Allen. Bruce, let's go back to that whole coaching tree.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like I said, I talked to both Hal Mumme and Leach last night, and you see it here. Art Briles, who spent 3 years on Mike Leach's staff at Texas Tech, he has gone in a little bit different direction. We see Dana Holgerson has tweaked it, and it is really fascinating to see all the variations of this air raid system now.
2nd down and 11. The slants complete to Jordan Thompson. And Thompson up to the 28, tackled by Tevin Madison.
I think the point that Bruce made that I'm most interested in is all the different little variations that you see. You know, Art Briles is a guy that spreads the receivers out a little more. Now Dana Holgerson is adjusting more to his personnel. Kingsbury still does it in a very pure kind of Mike Leach way, where they don't run the ball a whole bunch or call a lot of run plays. But this air raid offense has taken the nation by storm, and you wonder where it's going to go from here.
On 3rd and 2, a dangerous pass. It's ripped away by White. Karan White still on his feet. What a play. The sophomore younger brother of Kevin. Look at his hands.
Yeah, he did a great job of just securing that ball and then pulling it to his body and using his strength. And that's been part of the problem for Texas Tech's defense all year. They've been out-muscled by a lot of their opponents.
32-yard completion. Skylar Howard took a hit. Pete Robertson. That's one of those where Howard maybe wants to hand off on that zone read.
Well, Howard is a tough guy, and he likes to take the hits, but when you're out there in the open field with a big guy, a rush end like Pete Robertson, you got to eat that ball, and that's exactly what he did.
2nd down and 10. Shell. A good run by Russell Shell will get 8 yards on the final play of this first quarter. The end of the first quarter, we are tied up at 7. FS1 College Football presented by K Jewelers will return after these messages. Stadium today, right?
Yeah, it was romantic.
Only 2 of us on the cart. 7-7 as we start the second quarter here. Justin Kutcher, Petros Papadakis, Bruce Feldman. Now look at the ball control. It's going to be a key to this game potentially. And that first quarter, well, it was even for a reason.
And I think West Virginia is going to be okay with that. And obviously it's a tie score right now, and they're in Texas Tech territory. But they've done a great job of tackling so far in this game.
3rd and 2. Smallwood has the first down, keeps his feet going, and he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line, picks up 8.
Well, it's in the name. Smallwood's not the biggest back out there, under 6 feet, but look at how he keeps his legs churning and protects the ball with both hands after securing the first down. A great job by Smallwood, and he's been the physical difference this run game for West Virginia so far in the first half.
He had 113 yards at TCU last Thursday. Howard trying to escape the pressure, throws it down towards the end zone, incomplete. He was facing the pressure to Keel Shorts, the intended receiver.
Pretty good improvisation by Howard, who was not getting away from the defenders chasing him. And only Shorts was going to be able to make that play.
Devontae Hinton applying the pressure to Skylar Howard. 2nd down and 10. Play action, Howard. And Skylar Howard gets taken down by Demetrius Alston. A loss of 4 with a sack. Alston had a sack last week against Oklahoma State as well.
Yeah, this is his second sack of the season. You're going to see Howard's mouthpiece just come flying out. It's the yellow thing there. And that's always fun. When your mouthpiece goes down, you get sacked, and then you have to spend the rest of the time looking for the mouthpiece while you're getting the play call.
And then you're worried, am I a germaphobe? Do I put this back in my mouth or
This is
not?
football, Justin. That thing falls out all the time. You can't be a germaphobe and use a mouthpiece.
On 3rd and 14, Howard over the middle, completes the pass to Jordan Thompson. And Thompson is right by that first down marker. He's got it. Big-time conversion.
And that's a huge play because West Virginia really got behind the sticks, not running the ball on first down, then taking a sack. What a huge recovery.
On first down, Smallwood up the middle. Touchdown! Untouched. 16 yards for Wendell Smallwood.
Great blocking up front. Check out Pankey here, the left guard. Watch him just dog out Demetrius Alston right to the turf. And Smallwood knows exactly what to do with that. Takes it straight up the head.
Josh Lambert on for the extra point. Underway here in the second quarter, and it's a 7-point lead now for West Virginia. Wendell Smallwood takes it in, 16 yards, 14-7 Mountaineers.
Some moments are worth the journey. We'll help get the most out of every mile. Chase down your passion. Never halfway. Hankook Tire.
How do you power up the holidays? Do you start a collection or add to one? Tackle a project like a seasoned pro or try something new for the season? Do you multitask or laser focus? Pick it out yourself or drop a subtle hint? Plan ahead or pull an all-nighter? However you build cheer, the Home Depot is here. Let's do this. Save $50 on this Ryobi combo kit only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
You remember that, too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
Oh, look, it's the new Scion IM, and there's actor Jaleel White and Wax Museum Urkel. It's weird they're hanging out, but dual-zone automatic climate control keeps one toasty and the other from melting. And the 7-inch touchscreen display audio system drowns out that canned laughter. It's weird they'd want dual wishbone rear suspension, but the road to redefining oneself has many twists and turns.
Did I do...
The new Scion IM. Standard features that actually come standard. Weird, right?
Excuse me, can you please hold on a second? Yep, okay. Head coach is coming to talk. 11 plays, 91 yards, touchdown, under 4 minutes to go. Coach Holgerson, let's do it.
Then back to the phone.
Go for Skyler.
That's a lot of coaching that a young guy gets. Welcome to college football. You got an offensive coach on the phone upstairs. You got Holgerson, the offensive bad man down on the field. Nice drive by the Mountaineers, though, Justin.
Jakeem Grant waiting yet again for Nick O'Toole's kickoff. Grant from the 3. And Grant gets wrapped up at the 23. Huddle up with college football experts in live web chats all season long. A new guest every week, the Edward Jones College Football Huddle on FoxSports.com. Second quarter here in Morgantown. Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech trailing by 7. You expect a lot of points when Cliff Kingsbury's Red Raiders are playing.
You really do, but so far, West Virginia, they gave up the drive, but they've done a pretty good job of keeping everybody in front of them and being sure tacklers.
Washington on first down. A good tackle again on the edge. Jared Harper up in that secondary, makes the tackle. A 2-yard pickup, and look at how quickly. Let's see how fast this Red Raiders team goes. Between plays, about 12 seconds. Mahomes dumps it off, and Washington along the sideline. Marked out. Jared Barber there to push him out, gets 4. Third down coming up.
And you see with the speed they play, those were 2 pretty pedestrian plays they ran, but here's a kind of a manageable third down.
And you can see here on 3rd and 4 with that clock, they're taking more time to make sure they get this right. They're 3 for 5 on third downs thus far. Mahomes stepping up. He's got some room to run. Mahomes slides for the first down. And a late flag comes in. Nick Kwiatkowski's going to be flagged for this one.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 35. 15-yard penalty after the end of the run. First down.
Well, that's the leader of the defense, especially without Carl Joseph on the field. Mahomes directing traffic with all the space. And Kwiatkowski just came up and kind of tried to rip the ball almost in a nonchalant way. A little bit of a flop by Patrick Mahomes, but don't put your hands on that quarterback. If he flops, that flag's going to come out.
So a 10-yard pickup makes, with the 15-yard penalty, my quick math says that's a 25-yard gain.
Vlade would have been proud of that flop.
Empty backfield for Patrick Mahomes. Again, trying to tuck and run with it. He runs out of bounds. Marked out at the 38-yard line.
And this is a bit of a different element that Patrick Mahomes brings to this offense. You know, they're going to spread you out very far. They're going to run a lot of plays. They're going to go fast. And if you don't have a guy watching him, he can hurt you with his legs.
And now they are going fast. Mahomes taking the shot down the field to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Grant. The coverage by K.J. Dillon. And Drayvon Askew-Henry.
But you see how fast these things can happen. You know why the Red Raiders score a lot of points. And they could have called that one. Arms all over Grant before the play. Had a big handful of that number 11 on the jersey.
Second down and 10. Mahomes, good numbers so far in this game. He threw for 480 yards last week against Oklahoma State. Mahomes to his right, throws back and throws short. One hops Cameron Batson. 3rd and 10 coming up. And there is a flag on the field.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 9. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That hurts for West Virginia.
And you're going to see K.J. Dillon, number 9 there, with a handful of jersey on Cameron Batson. And that'll draw the call every time because he turned his shoulder pad so dramatically.
So now with that penalty, a first down. Washington and Stockton in the backfield. The handoff is to Stockton. And Stockton just scampers out, maybe loses a yard. Again, very good containment by this West Virginia defense. And you talk to head coach Dana Holgerson, defensive coordinator Tony Gibson, they both say, hey, we're really good against the run.
And they have been great against the run. They've been very good on third down this year, too.
Little shovel pass for Grant. And Grant able to escape 1, cannot escape 2. Rick Rumpf, the 3rd, with the tackle.
And Rumpf is another one of those guys kind of forced into more action than they want to give him because of the injuries in the secondary. But I got to say, so far, pretty impressed with this West Virginia D. They're up to the challenge, chasing these guys around with a lot of fervor.
3rd and 11. Texas Tech 4 for 6 thus far on 3rd downs. A carry by Washington. And Washington up to the 23. Daryl Worley with the tackle. And you wonder, with that play call, was Cliff Kingsbury saying, hey, this is 2-down territory?
He absolutely was. Nobody even hesitated on that Texas Tech sideline and on offense. Mahomes just straight to the sideline to get another call, and here we go, big 4th down.
4th and 5. Mahomes looks to the sideline. Mahomes pressure coming. The pass is high, incomplete. Tony Gibson brought the pressure for West Virginia. Kiki Cutie, the intended receiver. West Virginia stepped it up. They come up with a stop. They lead by 7.
Cheer up, kid.
Can't believe you missed that kick. We'll never make the playoff now.
Hey, man, you never know what's going to happen. 3 of the 4 teams that made the playoff last year had a loss.
So you think we're still in it?
No, not with that kicker.
Your QB's got a noodle arm. Your linebackers are slow, man. But statistically, sure. I mean, why not? Yes.
You're right. We're in it.
I didn't. What?
Woo! Yeah, we're still in it!
Just keep on believing.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles. Fill a garage. Engage in investment banking. Be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps. Only at Taco Bell.
Petros, a turnover on downs because of a great play call by Tony Gibson.
Yeah, just enough to mess up the timing of this Texas Tech offense. Look at Tony Gibson, the D coordinator for the Mountaineers, brings the entire house, and that gets to Mahomes just a bit, and he throws a high screen. That could have been a 1st down if that ball was on point because the screen was set up on the edge pretty well. But great pressure, great call by Tony Gibson, who wants to put more pressure on Patrick Mahomes than he's faced in a while in this game.
The Mountaineers start at their own 24 on 1st down. Play action. Howard taking a shot. Durant can't bring it in. Off the fingertips. Justice Nelson on the coverage, but West Virginia taking a shot on 1st down.
Well, Durant's had a hard time catching the ball, just a freshman, and he's dropped a few. He dropped some last week. This was a beautiful deep ball by Howard. And Bruce was talking to us about it. He's been messing around with his gloves all game. He might take those off eventually.
2nd and 10. Shell with a blocker getting outside. Russell Shell finally chased out at the 33 by Deshaun Johnson.
And I'm pretty sure the first time he was touched was at the 33 by Deshaun Johnson. Just a gaping hole for Shell, and he does a good job negotiating that secondary. But both running backs for West Virginia having a pretty good day against the Red Raiders D.
A 43-yard run. Off that, they'll try play action. Howard completes the pass near side to Da'Keil Shorts. And Shorts has another 1st down up to the 15, picks up 18.
Howard doing a little bit of a Mahomes impression, keeping his eyes downfield after the scramble and finding Shorts. Good job. And he seems a little more relaxed in this game, playing at home. I think he trusts these receivers a little bit more than he has on the road in this conference.
On 1st down, Smallwood back in. Flag comes flying in. And Smallwood able to push forward, but it's going to be a false start against West Virginia.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Back it up 5 yards here for the Mountaineers.
First and 15.
Skylar Howard.
Correction. Texas Tech has decided to decline the foul. It's second down.
So as opposed to being 1st and 15, it's second down and 9.
Gives you a pretty good idea to what Cliff Kingsbury's philosophy is in football games. He wants less plays.
Empty backfield here for Howard. Smallwood split out, bottom of your screen. Howard gets tripped up. A big-time play by Devontae Hinton, able to trip up Skylar Howard. Otherwise, Howard had a lot of green.
Yeah, it was a called quarterback draw, but not very well sold by Howard as far as throwing it at all. Not really even a draw. It was a power. They brought Panky around as a puller, and Howard just couldn't get underneath him because of the great play by Hinton you mentioned.
3rd and 9. Pressure coming. Howard can't escape the pressure. So Texas Tech giving West Virginia a taste of their own medicine. Braden Fehoko brings them down for a loss of 4.
Always a confidence builder. Howard a little bit frustrated, and a great call by Cliff Kingsbury in retrospect, declining that illegal formation penalty and limiting the plays for West Virginia to get a first down or score a touchdown.
Josh Lambert now on for a 35-yard field goal attempt. And this kick is no good. Lambert misses from 35. He's now 10 for 15 on the season for field goals. No points to show for it for West Virginia, still leading by 7.
We call ourselves the Greenwood Runners.
The Open Water Paddlers. The Hike Life Trail Club.
For us, it's not about running faster.
It's about being out here together. The feeling is hard to describe. You can't put it into words, but we don't have to.
For friends who come together to reach for better, we brew a superior tasting light beer with fewer carbs and calories. Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer.
Let's take a look at our Nissan Heisman watch, and Leonard Fournette has a big game coming up tonight. Love Christian McCaffrey on that list.
Yeah,
what about you?
Boykin, obviously a beautiful player, and Corey Coleman doing well, but Leonard Fournette's the one there that plays for a college football blue blood. You know what I mean? That's LSU, and if he keeps getting 150 yards a game, it's going to be hard to keep him out.
Mahomes in the play action. Wide open is Washington. Washington gets pulled down. No horse collar tackle there. An 8-yard pickup. Bruce, what are your thoughts on this Heisman watch?
Yeah, guys, I agree. I think it's Leonard Fournette's to lose, but if they stumble at Alabama, Corey Coleman is a fantastic player. We talked to Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator for West Virginia. He was like, I coached against Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, all those Miami guys. He is that talented.
That is high praise. Washington, a good run, gets the first down up to the 40, gets 11. Trayvon Askew-Henry with the stop.
That's a good run by Washington. That's really more of his style. Get those shoulder pads pointed down.
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes gets 6, second down and 4. Justin Stockton coming in.
Now these are the downs that Texas Tech can really open things up. 2nd and 4, a lot of possibilities for Cliff Kingsbury to call. Maybe take a shot here.
Mahomes setting up a little short pass for Stockton with a running room, and Stockton pushed out of bounds by Darryl Worley after a pickup of 32.
Well, that's really pretty as well. He sends a lot of receivers down the field.
Short pass for
to really open things up, and Stockton comes right underneath across the formation. and a nice touch pass by Mahomes, laying it out for the running back to where he could catch it and gather himself to run down the field.
His nickname is Flash. You saw why with that speed. Running the option, Mahomes keeping it. And Mahomes gets wrapped up. Tackle Jared Harper, number 22, in there on the tackle.
And because of the skill of this West Virginia defense, especially in their front seven, Justin, you're going to see as the field gets shorter, things get a little bit harder for this Texas Tech offense. And that's always been a problem for the run and shoot, the air raid, for any of these different offenses. As the field gets smaller, the space is not there to utilize.
2nd down and 10, empty backfield. A guy to watch out for again, number 11, Jakeem Grant, a favorite target of Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes scrambling, and he will go down, Mahomes, at the 18-yard line. Jared Barber was right there, a guy nicknamed Coach by his teammates, 23 years old, a 4-yard run by Mahomes. Molly McGrath makes the play call sheet. How about that? Molly's going big time.
I've never made a sheet in my life. I even asked Oregon to do it for me.
You can't ask for it.
Well, it didn't work.
Timeout taken by West Virginia. That's the 2nd timeout of the half for the Mountaineers. 5 minutes to go here in this 2nd quarter. 7-point lead to West Virginia.
So now that TMZ Sports is moving to FS1, it doesn't mean that anything's changing.
So we're still breaking all the biggest sports stories first?
Oh, yeah.
We're still gonna do awesome videos of athletes doing crazy stuff?
Of course.
Harvey, what's up with that guy? He's kind of creeping me out.
Him? He's a gift from Fox. We don't know what the hell to do with him.
TMZ Sports, weekdays at midnight, except for Wednesdays at 12:30. Now on FS1.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, we look ahead to the battle of Big 12 unbeatens on Fox, TCU, and Oklahoma State. Plus, highlights from top 10 teams in action. Number 5, Notre Dame at Pitt, and number 10, Florida hosting Vanderbilt. Justin Petros, we'll see you guys at the break.
Looking forward to it, Rob. 3rd and 6 here for Texas Tech, trailing by 7. DeAndre Washington in the backfield. Grant in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Mahomes over the middle. Dangerous pass. Intercepted. Darryl Worley picks it off, his 3rd interception of the season.
Worley played very well against TCU. He's one of the leaders on this team and a good-looking corner. Big and long and physical, and that time comes right underneath the route, reads the ball the whole way, secures it well, and a huge break for the West Virginia defense. We talked about the field getting a little smaller and things getting more difficult down in the red zone for Texas Tech, and it came to fruition there. Mahomes frustrated, believe me, he'll keep slinging it.
That's Mahomes' 13th interception of the season. It's also the 14th interception by the West Virginia defense. So now they're backed up at their own 3. On 1st down, the carry by Smallwood. And Smallwood gets forward 2 yards. 2nd down and 8.
You know, that's only 2 yards, but I got to be honest with you. The West Virginia team a couple of years ago with Geno Smith and Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey, they wouldn't have been able to do that coming out and even get 2 yards in this situation. Look how they can bunch up. To see a Dana Holgorsen offense do that is pretty odd.
On 2nd and 8, Smallwood again. Gonna pick up a yard, so 3rd and 7 coming up. And this is a big moment right now for Texas Tech. Defensively, they've struggled mightily all year long. Can they force a 3-and-out here and get good field position down by 7?
They've already done a good job in the face of a more physical offensive line in West Virginia, forcing a 3rd and long situation. Let's see how Skylar Howard reacts.
3rd and 7. Howard taking the shot down the sideline. Incomplete, but a flag comes in. Shelton Gibson, the intended receiver.
Pass interference Defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, a huge penalty.
One-on-one, and both guys are wearing number 1. Here you see Bethel. He gets that left arm out there a couple times and jams his chest, and maybe not a catchable ball, but the call came out, and there was a little bit of physical contact down the field. Big break for the Mountaineers.
It was a 3rd and 7, a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. On first down here, Smallwood gets corralled in that backfield. Will lose 2. Pete Robertson and Devontae Hinton combined for the tackle.
And a great job against the run so far in this drive for Texas Tech. Unfortunately for them, they force a low percentage pass. They have everything right, and they wear a penalty.
Empty backfield here on 2nd and 12. Howard overthrows the intended receiver, David Sills. The true freshman came in as a quarterback. He's an athlete. They tried him out, and scout team saw what he could do and said, hey, maybe you want to play some wide receiver for us.
He is an athletic guy, and you're going to see him come open there in the flat, but he slows his feet and kind of looks back at the quarterback. He needed to keep coming on that route, and he might have been able to catch that ball. He'd had a better chance.
3rd and 12 now. Howard to his right. Pump fakes a couple times, trying to dive forward. Where are they going to mark him out? It looks like he's out at the 15. Pete Robertson, a loss of 4, and that will bring on the punt unit. Nick O'Toole to punt. Cameron Batson at his own 40-yard line. So Texas Tech with 3 minutes to go, hoping for some good field position. Shank off the side of the foot. That goes out of bounds. They're going to mark this one out at the 38. Time for a game break. Let's go out to LA and check in with Jenny.
Thanks, Justin. Duke visiting North Carolina. The Blue Devils coming off that controversial loss to Miami last week. And some trickery early from UNC off the flea flicker. Marquise Williams to Ryan Switzer. 89-yard touchdown pass. The Tar Heels lead 24-10 in the second quarter. Justin Petros, back to you guys.
Jenny, thanks so much. Here in Morgantown, O'Toole having some difficulties punting.
He's a senior. He's a well-liked guy on this team, but that one just went off the side of the foot. And he knew it was a terrible kick the second he kicked it.
Mahomes play action on first down, gets it out wide. Brad Pearson makes the catch. Coming up, it's the State Farm FS1 College Football Halftime Show with Rob Stone, Dave Wanstadt, Matt Leinart in Los Angeles. 2nd down and 5 here for Texas Tech. Again, give credit to Tech's defense. They really made 2 good stops. The first one, they got that pass interference to extend it, but then they were able to shut down this Mountaineers offense and get good field position. Running the option, the pitch to Washington. Washington across the 25, down to the 22, gets 9.
And stopping these guys on a short field a couple times in a row is a tall order for the West Virginia defense. They've been great all half running to the ball, but see what Kingsbury pulls out here.
Mahomes. Jared Barber able to get him out. A pickup of 2 for Patrick Mahomes, the son of the former Major League Baseball pitcher Pat Mahomes. I tell you what, Patrick himself, he could throw at 93 miles per hour.
Multi-sport athlete and a guy who can really do a lot of things. It seems like he's got every tool in the quarterback toolbox.
And you mentioned before making a play like Johnny Manziel. Manziel was a multi-sport athlete too.
This guy's elusive and bigger than Manziel.
2nd down and 8. Mahomes again going to run with it. A flag comes in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Emeka Okafor, not the basketball player, but the football player, gets called for this one.
A transfer from the University of Houston. You're going to see him right here with the hold on Kyle Rose. Both hands on the jersey, and then he pushes him for good measure.
So now second down and 18. Play clock down to 1. They just get it off. Washington, couple of dancing moves. And Washington with a beautiful run picks up 17. So third and short coming up.
When this guy's legs get going, he can really slice into the heart of a defense. Good looking run by Washington. Here they go again.
Up the middle, gets the first down.
DeAndre Washington, 5'8", 198-pound senior out of Missouri City, Texas, on all the watch lists. Going to get over 1,000 yards in this game, I think.
It's Washington again up the middle. And DeAndre Washington will get a couple of yards. Kyle Rose there with the tackle. DeAndre Washington trying to become the first back-to-back 1,000-yard rusher in Texas Tech history since Byron Hanspart in 95 and 96. He's got 60 yards on 10 carries. Play action, that one's batted down by guess who? Nick Kwiatkowski. The guy we talked about in the open sets up 3rd and 8.
Good job reading it by Kwiatkowski. Got pretty long arms, and he's a 6'2" guy. He knows he's not going to get to Mahomes in that situation, so he just reads the eyes of the quarterback in front of the running back blocking him and gets both hands up and batted down.
Third and 8 here for Texas Tech. Trailing by 7. Mahomes to the end zone. Touchdown! Reginald Davis brings it in. His 7th touchdown of the season. A beautiful pass by Mahomes, able to find Davis.
You said it right there, Justin. Just a beautiful pass. The ball is out before the cut is made. There's the ball, and you see Davis run right up under it. Not much that Rasul Douglas could have done in that situation. Just a perfectly thrown ball. It almost got on Davis before he was ready to catch it.
Clayton Hatfield's extra point is good. Well, we said when these two teams meet, typically it's a good game, close, usually high scoring, not as high scoring, but it's 14 all as we have 35 seconds to go here in this first half. But that drive was all set up by the bad punt by Nick O'Toole, a short field, 38 yards. And we're tied up at 14.
Yeah, the field position got on top of the Mountaineers there, and a great play call and a great executed throw by Patrick Mahomes to tie this game up. And it just goes to show you, you can play great defense against Texas Tech, and the Mountaineers have done that. They've rallied to the ball, they've tackled well, they've done a good job of trying to limit Grant's ability to hurt them. But at the same time, a couple things happen and you're in a tie game with 35 seconds left in the second half. It's going to be a battle all the way through.
Clayton Hatfield will kick off here for Texas Tech. Gary Jennings, Javon Durant back deep. A high short kick. Durant comes up at the 12. Durant still on his feet. Across the 35 up to the 37-yard line, a 24-yard return. Well, the UFC returns to FS1 with a full card of action, headlined by what should be a wild rematch between middleweight contenders Vitor Belfort and Dan Henderson. After splitting their first 2 bouts against each other, it all comes down to this. UFC Fight Night begins tonight at 7 Eastern on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Let's see, with 1 timeout remaining, can West Virginia get in field goal range? 28 seconds to go. Shell splits out. Skylar Howard Stepping up, throws, wide open. The catch is made by Karan White, gets 16. The clock will stop.
Well, you didn't think Dana Holgerson didn't have a plan to at least try to get a field goal, did you? They did a good job of finding the stop route, and a really nice throw by Howard. One of those intermediate routes he needs to throw better.
Shell on the carry. Russell Shell, good job. Gets outside, gets out of bounds, also picks up a first down. 11 seconds to go. Remember, Josh Lambert missed from 35, but Josh Lambert was a Lou Groza Award finalist last year. Hand off again to Shell. And Shell gets another first down into field goal territory. 6 seconds to go, gets 15. And they will spike it with 3 seconds.
Now, that is about as well executed of a drive to try to get a field goal that you're ever going to see. Now, granted, it's against the Texas Tech defense that has not been very impressive this year, although they played better in this game on the road. But the big pass to start out, the 2 runs from your heavier back, Shell, and now you're in a position to take the lead again.
This time from 39 yards for Lambert. To give his team a lead going into the locker room. From 39 yards, no problem for Josh Lambert. A big-time response by the offense for West Virginia to come down the field, get in field goal range, and Josh Lambert puts it in from 39. 17-14, West Virginia on top. Right now, let's get out to L.A. Rob Stone and the guys for the halftime report.
All right, Justin, thank you. We welcome you to the State Farm FS1 College Football Halftime Show. Rob, Matt, coach in studio with you. The offensive numbers for this one, a little bit lighter than we anticipated in the pregame. And in that pregame show, Matt, you talked about the need for West Virginia to attack this one on the ground, and we highlight that in our State Farm Double Check highlights.
Once again, the passing game from West Virginia, Skylar Howard struggled a bit at times in that first half. But what do? You go to a ground game. The West Virginia offensive line did a good job, but this ground game with Shell and with Smallwood, it takes a lot of pressure off of Howard and that pass game. This is what they need to do consistently in all these games and in the second half. And I thought that was perfect execution. Petro said it. Perfect execution on a 2-minute drill. Skylar Howard converting some of those deeper throws. And then again, the offensive line was fantastic in the first half. More of that coming up in the second.
You know, you're right. I mean, when have you ever seen West Virginia run the ball more than throw the ball?
Exactly.
You know, in the first half. I love both the game plans. I mean, there's only been 1 turnover. And when you look at the third down, both teams are close to 50% converting. That goes back to your running game, Matt. You know, they're in manageable third downs. And the other thing that caught my attention this first half, big plays. 1 pass for 39 yards from West Virginia, 1 pass for 32 yards by Texas Tech. That's not, we haven't seen the 50, 60, 70-yard big pass completions. I think both defenses are doing a great job.
Haven't seen big plays on special teams either. Remember, Jakeem Grant's such a weapon there. Both Texas Tech touchdowns coming through the air, both West Virginia touchdowns coming on the ground. Still to come, we'll get you set for our Fox meeting of unbeatens as number 8 TCU and Trevon Boykin take on 14th-ranked Oklahoma State. Plus, we'll take in the early highlights. Last week, Notre Dame escaped in Philly. Today, they went across the Keystone State to battle Pittsburgh.
The world's just spinning a little too fast. Just for a moment, let's be still.
Welcome back to the State Farm FS1 College Football Halftime Show.
Patrick Mahomes using his legs to keep this play alive. Finally found Jakeem Grant. The wee one dives in. That made it 7-7. It's 17-14 at the break. We welcome you back to halftime here on FS1. Rob, Matt, Coach back here with you. Last week, Florida, remember, hammered Georgia by 24. That helped them get up to the number 10 spot in this week's rankings, but maybe a little bit of a hangover effect post the big cocktail win over Georgia as they hosted Vanderbilt, and really having their struggles today. Scoreless, first quarter, Kelvin Taylor takes it, bounces it outside, 4-yard touchdown. Their new walk-on kicker, Neil McInnes, in for the extra point. We might be looking at a new walk-on kicker next week.
Well, I think that's what you got to look at. Hey, Florida is still a young football team, a new head coach, and obviously some walk-ons in key positions.
All right, let's bring him back out for a field goal. No, we're faking this one on 4th and 3, and doesn't go well.
Had the first down and fumbled.
And Vanderbilt's defense, they've struggled all year long, but their defense has been pretty good all season.
Later in the second, Florida interception, and then Ralph Webb capitalizes on it, 74-yard run. Commodores up 7-6 at the break. Penn State on the road, taking on the fighting Pat Fitzgerald's number 21 Wildcat. Ooh, Clayton Thorson drilled not once, but twice. He would lead the game. Zach Oliver now in at quarterback for Northwestern. Second quarter, here's Oliver. Christian Jones, 14-yard strike. Wildcats up 7-0.
It's a great throw. I mean, it's tough as a backup quarterback when you're put into that position, but great execution there in the red zone.
There's Solomon Vault, 96 yards for the touchdown return to put Northwestern up 20-7.
How many times do you see that when the ball is mishandled or bobbled, the covering team relaxes a little bit? What happened there? Everybody gets out of their rush lanes, a big return.
Duke and Chapel Hill taking on the Tar Heels. Carolina's first play from scrimmage. Marquise Williams, flea flicker, Ryan Switzer, put it in the books, 7-0 Heels.
Well, that's a way to start off the game. Marquise Williams, guys, this guy's a very, very talented quarterback at North Carolina's had a great career so far.
Now Williams keeps it himself from 4 yards out. Tar Heels now up 14-3. Second quarter, 24-10. Williams, one of his 4 touchdown passes in the first half. He's already over 400 yards. This is to Matt Collins. It's now 38-10 at the break. Carolina in great position right now. Number 11, Stanford, early one in Boulder, taking on the Buffs. Kevin Hogan to Trenton Irwin, a little 20-yard pickup here.
You know, this has been an interesting, we talked about Colorado last week. I mean, they're a football team that's getting better. They truly are, and when you compare them to where they were last year, Mike McIntyre, the coach of Colorado, I think is doing a good job.
It's Donovan Lee. Keep on running. It's in from 7 yards out. 7-7 early on in that one. Number 5, Notre Dame on the road at Pittsburgh. Dan Marino in the house. All the great Pittsburgh legends are there. I mean, everybody who ever played football at Pittsburgh was there, except for Dave Wanstead.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Ditka or Rob Stone, I'd rather be right here.
Deshaun Kaiser to Will Fuller. I love you, Coach. Irish up 7-0. Still in the first. C.J. Prosite comes down hard on that left shoulder. Head to the locker room. They have more injury woes for the Fighting Irish this season. Second quarter, Kaiser, Torrey Hunter Jr., 12-yard touchdown.
Their whole group of receivers for Notre Dame is as good as they have in the country from an athleticism.
Yeah, really underrated. Quick, too. Kaiser to Fuller. This one went for 46 yards. 21-3 at Heinz Field right now. Early on, Coach, what have you seen from Notre Dame in this?
Well, I think the highlights that we just showed is what the whole game's about. We talked in the pregame warm-up that Deshaun Kaiser, the quarterback at Notre Dame, and Will Fuller, the big-time receiver, and really the whole receiving core, Matt, for Notre Dame, I thought had the advantage in this game. Pitt's a good defense, stopping the run, but they don't have the great pass rushers to put pressure on them.
So they're taking advantage of the opportunities given to them in Pittsburgh today. They're also taking advantage of the opportunity handed to them this week by the College Football Playoff Committee.
The committee loved them. I mean, coming in at number 5, they obviously have a great resume, and their only losses to the number 1 team in the country in the Clemson Tigers. And then if you look at their schedule, you know, with Stanford at the end of the year, that's a huge game for both teams. But Notre Dame may be the one team that benefits from not having a conference championship game, especially if they beat Stanford, because of the fact that they are number 5 in the poll in the first week.
Reduces an opportunity to lose and lose late. Another active day on our Fox family of networks. Tech, WVU at the break here on FS1. Western Kentucky trying to remain unbeaten in Conference USA play. They're live over on Fox Sports Networks. And Illinois, Purdue play for the Cannon over on the Big Ten Network. Unbeaten talk from the Big 12 coming your way next.
How do you power up the holidays? Do you start a collection or add to one? Tackle a project like a seasoned pro or try something new for the season? Do you multitask or laser focus? Pick it out yourself or drop a subtle hint? Plan ahead or pull an all-nighter? However you build cheer, the Home Depot is here. Let's do this. Save $50 on this Ryobi Combo Kit only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Texas Tech University. Fall halftime show.
Huge day of college football action continues later today. It's highlighted by a Big 12 matchup between two unbeaten teams. 8th-ranked TCU taking on 14th-ranked Oklahoma State. Then in prime time, number 12 Utah in Washington. The action continues at 3 Eastern on Fox. TCU and Oklahoma State shaping up as one of those offensive versus defensive type battles. Both programs in the top 2 in the Big 12 in all of these categories. TCU can put up the points, just a hair under 49 a game, second most in FBS. A big reason why. The continued development of Trevon Boykin.
He's been so impressive. He's improved from passing, but it's his ability to use his mind and grasp this offense. He has full control of what they're doing offensively. Take a look here. He's going to recognize the gut blitz coming up the middle. He's going to communicate with his offensive line. Again, he takes his time. Here's a nonverbal communication with a signal out to the wide receiver, telling him he's got a slant, he's got a side adjust route or a hot route. Again, patience in the pocket, throws a money slant, and the rest is history. They make a play. It's a simple play, but it just shows that he has full command of what they're trying to do. It's the communication. It's IDing the Mike linebacker. It's getting the offensive line moving in the right direction and protecting. I love it. I think it's great, and that's why he's so much better this year than he was last year.
And finish it. And where's he at on your Heisman voting?
He's number 1.
Okay. We heard it. We heard it here. He's added all those running backs that he's giving loving to.
All right, well, Coach, game plan for us right now, how Oklahoma State can limit Boykin in those Heisman hopes.
Well, you know, this is everybody's talking offense, and deservingly so, points scored, everything that Matt was alluding to on both sides of the ball. Probably the untalked about secret in this whole game is Oklahoma State's defense. They are first or second in almost every defensive category in the Big 12. And I think what they have to do, if I'm putting together that game plan, Matt talked about Trevon Boykin. He is the man. And you got to have somebody account for him on every running play because he is a threat to make a big play running the ball. And what I would do defending him on the pass, I would keep him in the pocket. I would contain rush him and make him throw the ball on time. You know, can squeeze the pocket. Yeah. Hey, he's going to get rid of the ball. Make him throw it on time. Don't let him throw on the run.
Emmanuel Agba is going to be a big part of trying to limit Boykin. So dangerous coming off the edge on the pass rush. Wendell Smallwood went left and then went for 6 to give West Virginia their second lead of the half. They're now up 3. Second half kickoff. Coming your way next.
Today on Fox.
Touchdown!
Big 12 behemoths battle as Trevon Boykin leads 8th-ranked TCU against 14th-ranked Oklahoma State. Then Utah takes on Washington. A college football doubleheader kicks off today on Fox. Telecast sponsored by Kay Jewelers.
Back here in Morgantown, getting set to start the third quarter. A low-scoring game, but a good one. 17-14, West Virginia leading Texas Tech. Justin Kutcher alongside Petros Papadakis. And Petros, it is a low-scoring game. Didn't really expect this. A nice job by West Virginia's defense.
Well, one of the better defenses in the Big 12, and they proved it in the first half, getting after one of the most explosive offenses in the country. What they did was really use their front seven, who are very talented, very physical, to rally to the ball, limiting Washington's impact, doing a good job of tackling and getting guys to the ground. Even Patrick Mahomes, with his scrambling, was limited. But that being said, Patrick Mahomes is a special player. He's tricky, he's got great hips, and even though you chase him around successfully for a whole half, he has had some success. A couple of touchdown passes, one more impressive than the other. And this guy, I'm sure, champing at the bit to get another chance to exploit this West Virginia D. Texas Tech's offense not going to be dormant for long.
A look at the first half stats, and really pretty even. Of course, a turnover against Texas Tech. Jakeem Grant takes the kickoff. Grant getting outside again. Jakeem Grant, a good return to open this one up all the way down to the 45-yard line. A 30-yard return. Let's check in with Bruce Feldman.
Guys, I talked to Dana Holgerson before the half, and I said, you know, you have to be pleased with your defense. He goes, I am. I'm pleased with the running game, too. Our passing game, not so much. We're still dropping too many passes, and we're missing a lot of stuff by sailing balls. As far as Texas Tech, the big thing, Raven Clark, the veteran offensive lineman, gathered everybody around before they took the field and said, let's wake the F up. And the F doesn't stand for Feldman.
What? I could have sworn it stood for Feldman. All these years, DeAndre Washington takes the carry. With that, he is now over 1,000 yards on the season, and with that becomes the first player since 95-96, Byron Hanspart for Texas Tech, to have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons as he gets 7 there. Mahomes on 2nd and 3, scrambling. Asking for a block, he gets it, scampers out of bounds. A nice job by his running back, DeAndre Washington, to get that block. A 9-yard scramble for Mahomes.
DeAndre Washington, one of the better backs in the country, and he doesn't see the ball as much as I'd like him to in this offense, but still doing a great job with a nice cut block on Jared Harper. Nice cut block.
Washington again on the run. And he gets hit, knocked down by Jared Barber. Barber with a good hit. A 1-yard pickup.
You talked about Barber a little bit earlier, Justin. The teammates do call him coach because he's a pretty old guy. He's had a lot of stuff that he's gone through. An ACL knee injury, a MRSA infection, and he's come back strong. And he really is one of the emotional leaders, not only of this defense, but the entire team.
And overall, just a good kid. Talking to him, good head on his shoulders. 2nd down and 9. Stockton on the carry. Justin Stockton up to the 31, picks up 5. 3rd down coming up. Christian Brown gets credit for the tackle. 3rd and 4 for Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech. They're 6 for 10 on 3rd downs. That's 60% so far.
Impressive.
All those math classes have really paid off.
This is a chance for the Mountaineers to really catch their breath and force a 4th down situation. Texas Tech's jumped on top of him from the kickoff return.
On 3rd and 4, the punt, Mahomes corralled and taken down. A big sack all the way back at the 37, a loss of 7. Edward Muldrow, the 3rd, gets credit for the sack.
And they really did converge with everybody. Kwiatkowski kind of came on a green dog blitz, or sort of a weak blitz, but it was the front 4 that got in, and then Muldrow the 3rd that really finished him off.
And that sack brought them out of that 2-down territory, brought them out of field goal territory. So Michael Barden to punt. A low punt, and it's down at the 1. So Barden does the job, a 41-yard punt. When we come back, Wendell Smallwood, he will carry the load for West Virginia as they lead by 3 here in the 3rd.
An Eagle on the back 9. A new sports car in your garage. Making a wise investment. All good reasons for a steak dinner.
Taco Bell's new Boss Wraps. A double portion of steak loaded up and grilled to go. It's a whole new take on steak.
Tackling coming in, had his ankle rolled up on that tackle of Wendell Smallwood. And he is being treated on the sidelines. You hope he's going to be all right. Had to be helped off the field. Smallwood in on 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. Look at that hole. Easy run there for Smallwood to pick up a first down. 17 yards for Wendell Smallwood. Keenan Ward brings him down.
What I really liked about this run from Smallwood is you're going to see the hole here, but instead of going that way, he goes right back up the field. You see that? And then out to the side, taking a bit of a hit. But finding your way straight down the field as opposed to meandering over to the sideline, that's what a good back does. And it cuts down on a lot of excess running that you don't have to do.
Play action. Skylar Howard scrambling back up to get a yard. Devontae Hinton picks up his 8th tackle of the day.
And already a successful drive for the Mountaineers, really pulling it out from the end zone, and they were able to do so with the run game.
2nd down and 9. Howard changing a play. With time, steps up and throws this one to the other team. Intercepted. Justice Nelson, his 2nd interception of the season. And the first turnover of the day for West Virginia. And Skylar Howard is limping off the field.
And a poor decision by Skylar Howard in this situation. He did have receivers open. Justice Nelson is the guy that comes up with it, and all you see is reading the eyes of the quarterback and closing in on the ball. And I'm not really sure where Howard thought that ball was going to go. And he also had a guy open only about 5 yards down the field.
Starting at the 46 of West Virginia, the option here, the pitch to Washington.
There's Howard getting stretched out on the sideline. Looked like right after the throw, or maybe before he cramped up, and that might be the reason for the errant throw. But just like Bruce told us right at the beginning of the half, Dana Holgorsen not happy with some of these errant throws by his quarterback.
Washington right up the middle. The first down up to the 29 gets 10. KJ Dillon with his 9th tackle of the day. But here's Texas Tech's offense again, moving the ball down the field. Can they capitalize off the turnover?
If one thing's going to wake them up, it should be the turnover. Let's see if this offensive engine can get going.
Mahomes made one guy miss and gets 2 yards. Trayvon Askew-Henry and Muldrow the third combined with the tackle.
And this theme is carried over, Justin, into the second half. Even though Texas Tech very nifty on offense, obviously well coached, they do a good job of making guys miss. But West Virginia gang tackling, rallying to the ball. One guy misses and there's another one right there.
Mahomes pressured again. He's going to throw this one away. Nobody there, but it looks like he was out of the pocket. So 3rd and 8. To go to Allen, trying to walk things off on the sideline. 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Red Raiders. West Virginia had a big sack on 3rd down the last drive for Texas Tech. Bringing some pressure again. Mahomes over the middle, and that is caught. Ian Sadler. Let's see where the spot is. It looks like it's just shy of the marker. And I mean just shy. And again, Cliff Kingsbury, no hesitation. Go for it.
It was a nice job of the one-on-one coverage exploitation by Mahomes there.
And a whistle, a timeout taken by Texas Tech before the snap. And Mahomes is looking over like, why? We had it.
30-second timeout.
Looked like he was trying to ice a kicker almost, but it was his own offense that he ended up icing. I thought that was going to end up being a first down play for Washington on the run, but Kingsbury saw something that he didn't like. Going back to the third down play, I thought Mahomes did a very good job of sticking in the pocket. You know, he's been a little bit jittery today running around for good reason. A lot of pressure. He did a good job sticking in the pocket, finding the one-on-one coverage because the blitz was coming, and getting Sadler over the middle. Sadler's responsibility is to get that route to the sticks, and obviously just a little bit short for him.
Sadler coming off his career game last week against Oklahoma State.
Looked good last week.
8 catches, 122 yards. 4th and 1. Washington, it's a quarterback keeper for Mahomes, and he gets that first down. So what Cliff Kingsbury did was he changed things up. He put Mahomes under center as opposed to in the shotgun. And the quarterback sneak got it done. 1st and 10. Swinging out, incomplete, drop by Devin Lauderdale. That was one of those where the receiver started running before he had the ball.
Yeah, and you could hear the ball hit him in the chest from up here in the booth. That was loud.
Well, we've got great microphones down there in the field.
That must have been it.
Second down and 10. Washington splits out. Mahomes scrambling, and he's going to be forced out of bounds by Kyle Rose and gets maybe a yard.
Mountaineers forcing another third down here, Justin, and what's been very impressive is Mahomes has scrambled, and he is the type of quarterback that does a great job keeping his eyes downfield and creating more. We saw him throw a touchdown like that, but they've really limited that. Good coverage.
On 3rd and 8. Mahomes over the middle, incomplete, no flags. The intended receiver was Tony Brown. And this will bring on the field goal unit for Texas Tech, trying to tie this game up. It'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt for Clayton Hatfield.
I know Kingsbury wanted more out of this drive after the turnover, but getting a field goal, not a bad conversion, and a pretty good offensive series for Tech considering how they've been.
And this kick is good. From 33 yards. The third quarter, we're all tied up at 17 between Texas Tech and West Virginia. Welcome back to FS1 College Football, presented by Cade Jewelers, all tied up at 17 here in Morgantown. The Mountaineers defensively, you think about what they've done, slowing down this Red Raiders offense. Last week, Texas Tech put up 53 in a loss
to an undefeated team,
to Oklahoma State.
You know, so you look at what West Virginia is doing, and you say, I don't think they could be playing better on defense right now. And Dana Holgerson told Bruce Feldman right before the half that he's very happy with the defensive performance. Can Skylar Howard complete some balls downfield and some intermediate passes to kind of get this offense started and keep the ball away from Mahomes? He's too dangerous.
Hatfield, a low kick. This one will go out of bounds, draw the flag, and good field position for West Virginia. The UFC returns to FS1 with a full card of action headlined by what should be a wild rematch between middleweight contenders Vitor Belfort and Dan Henderson. After splitting their first 2 bouts against each other, it all comes down to this. UFC Fight Night begins tonight at 7 Eastern on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So with the ball going out of bounds on the kickoff, Petros is fired up for UFC Fight Night, and it's West Virginia ball from the 35.
I like to throw some punches up here when those promos come on.
Yeah, Ken Trevor, our spotter, was in trouble right there.
Yeah. Better look out.
Quarterback comparison on first down. Skylar Howard will run with it. And Howard gets the 41, picks up 6, second down and 4. Devontae Hinton, his 9th tackle of the day.
You know, that's an attitude run by a quarterback who's got an attitude. But the question is, can he do that and then throw a ball calmly down the field?
Shell splits out. Howard with time, scrambling, and he throws it towards the sideline. Russell Shell was there. And I actually like what Shell did. I think he may have batted that ball down, not trying to catch it.
Well, sometimes you do that in a screen situation when you know that there's somebody right on top of you. That play was pretty doomed from the beginning. And West Virginia here with a really big third down. Remember, it's really important for them to stay on the field. Their defense is playing great, but they will get tired.
Yep. Facing a 3rd and 4.
Watch out for the quarterback run here, Justin.
And he was hobbling a little bit again. We saw him getting stretched out before. On the slant, completes the pass for the first down. Karan White again with the catch.
I like Karan White catching the ball. He's pretty strong when he catches it and not easy to bring down. There he comes up underneath the most inside receiver in a well-delivered ball by Howard.
Shell on the carry. And Russell Shell to the 41. Tackle by Micah Awe. A 3-yard run for Shell.
And that's what Dana Holgerson wants to see. He wants to run the ball on first down, especially against this Texas Tech defense, and try to get about half of it. And let that clock run. Let your offense relax. Maybe spend a little time up at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to snap it right away.
2nd and 7. A lateral. They're going to pass. William Crest. The throw down the field, and there's the flag. Takeel Shorts, the intended receiver. Tevin Madison on the coverage. William Crest is the backup quarterback. He's also a receiver for this Mountaineers offense.
And you could see this developing, and it developed pretty quickly. Crest did a good job of getting it and then backing up and just put it in the area where he expected the receiver to be. Takeel Shorts looked like he got held back just a little bit there by Tevin Madison, and it had a hitch in his giddy up, and of course the crowd reacted to it. The flag came from the far side of the field.
And also a player's down. Devontae Hinton now just getting up for Texas Tech. The officials are talking about this. Cliff Kingsbury was way out on the field.
Well, I think he wants to say it was an uncatchable ball.
Remember, they got a pass interference called for them before that you said maybe it was an uncatchable ball.
Yeah. A lot of errant balls in this game.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
5 Texas Tech penalties for 50 yards on the day. And the first down here for West Virginia. And this will put the ball down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 Mountaineers, ball from Texas Tech 26.
There's David Gibbs. Been a frustrating year for that man, trying to get this defense on the same page with the scheme of the offense.
Shell splits out, quarterback run again. Howard. He gets tackled. Let's see where they mark him down. It looks like at the line of scrimmage, Micah Awe and Tevin Madison combined for that tackle. No gain, no loss.
And Howard really tried to bubble that or bounce it as if he was Barry Sanders. And that's not going to work against this Texas Tech defense.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Shell. Russell Shell. A powerful run. And he has the first down. Gets 11. And you see him lower that shoulder at the end.
And he is bigger than Smallwood, about 225 pounds. And the hole is significant. Jashawn Johnson really taking the business end of that run by Shell.
1st and 10 from the 15. Empty backfield. Howard again, the quarterback run. And Skylar Howard takes it up to the 7.
And that's the kind of player he is. He's got to put his foot in the ground, and instead of going out to the sideline, he's got to cover that ball and get downfield. Look how tough this quarterback is. Getting up underneath his linemen, taking the punishment from the safeties and linebackers, and falling forward for a great game.
But again, this is West Virginia now. You're seeing Howard, the quarterback, keep it on the ground. Russell Shell running. It's not what we're used to.
It's not what we're used to, but it's what I'd do if Texas Tech's offense is standing on a sideline.
Oh, absolutely. Russell Shell this time. Shell again with that strength, able to carry some defenders. Devontae Hinton, one of them, and he gets the first down.
And like you said, Justin, we're not used to seeing this from West Virginia, but they have the personnel. They have a fullback, they have a tight end, and look at Shell. This is a weight room first down. I saw the West Virginia weight room yesterday.
And combined with the defense that we've seen, I know they lost 4 in a row against the gauntlet of the Big 12, but I still believe it's the most complete team Dana Holgorsen has had here in his time. First and goal from the 5. Shell cuts it back. Russell Shell is down to the 3. Second and goal from the 3 after a 2-yard run. Pete Robertson with his 7th tackle.
Tackle made by number 10, Pete Robertson.
And look at that clock go down. Under 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
Need a positive play here to make 3rd down manageable if they want to keep the ball on the ground. Keep an eye on the fullback, Elijah Wellman.
Handoff, Shell. Shell in the end zone again. His 2nd of the game.
Two big guys lined up in the backfield with another big guy in Shell. Cody Clay and Elijah Wellman. A great push by that offensive line. Texas Tech's front is tired, and West Virginia exploited them beautifully on that drive. That's exactly what they want to do here in the second half, to try to take some football out of the Red Raiders and keep Mahomes on the sideline where he can't hurt you.
Lambert on for the extra point. Nearly blocked, but it's through the uprights. 24-17. Russell Shell with his 2nd touchdown of the day. He's got 102 yards as well. 7-point lead, West Virginia.
I'm watching
Ew. Every Christmas is memorable. But a gift from Kay Jewelers makes it unforgettable. Because it's more than a gift. It's a memory she'll wear forever. And right now, you can save up to 30% on diamond fashions, like the incredible Diamonds in Rhythm at Kay, the #1 memory maker in America. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Supports Folds of Honor in its mission of providing educational scholarships to families of military members who have been killed or disabled while serving our country. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. Truly a great foundation. Nick O'Toole to kick off. Jakeem Grant from the goal line. Grant out to the 21. And time for a game break. Let's go to LA and Jenny Taft.
Justin, thank you. Number 11, Stanford visiting Colorado. 4th and 1 from the 6. Off the play action, Kevin Hogan finds Dalton Schultz wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. Stanford with the lead, now up 21-7 as the 2nd quarter winds down. Justin?
Thank you so much. You know, it was a few years ago. It was a game at Colorado when Stanford and David Shaw made the switch to go to Kevin Hogan as the quarterback. What's the response here for Texas Tech? Down by 7, 4.5 to go here in this 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Mahomes, a couple of pump fakes. Now throws over the middle, complete to Ian Sadler. And Sadler has the 1st down. And let's go down to Bruce Feldman.
Guys, just from field level, you get a real sense that West Virginia is the much more physical team in the trenches. Also, keep in mind, Dana Holgorsen was really good at running the football when he was at Oklahoma State, because some of his better players were running backs, and he's got that with Russell Shell and Tayshawn Smallwood going today.
Yeah, he's been using both those guys. We've got a flag down on the field as the pass was caught by Cameron Batson.
Yeah, Kendall Hunter, one of those backs at Oklahoma State. And Holgorsen does a good job adjusting to his personnel.
Is the flag in a good spot, Tim?
Mike's on.
No, the flag's in a great spot.
Holding, offense number 8, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
True freshman Tony Brown.
Well, we said that tackling was important for Texas Tech, but not while blocking. That's Tony Brown.
But it was good form.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't get him down.
1st and 20 instead here for Texas Tech. Mahomes throws high to Washington, almost picked off. Coming diving in was KJ Dillon.
And that's a great job by Eric Kinsey, the defensive end. Watch him go down on this play, but get up and put enough pressure on Mahomes. Mahomes does not like pressure, and when he feels it, he throws it high, and that's exactly what happened there. Good job by Kinsey, staying after the play, getting off the block, and putting pressure on the quarterback.
Facing 2nd and 16. Mahomes escapes some pressure, some more, throws, and it's dropped. Right on the money, right in the hands for Brad Pearson.
Mahomes throwing.
Excuse me, that was Kiki Cutie.
Yeah, throwing a good ball for Cutie there. And a good job by Cutie coming back and trying to bail out his quarterback. Just couldn't finish the play. Big, long 3rd down now.
3rd and 16. Mahomes. He's got some green. And Mahomes realizing he's going to take a shot, lowered the shoulder. Picked up just 3. Rick Rump does a good job containing again, not letting him get the extra yard.
Mahomes taking a bit of a hit and then a trip.
And then a flop.
Another flop. But you shouldn't put your hands on him anyway because the flag could have come out there.
I know, I agree. Michael Barden to punt. Gary Jennings back around the 30 for West Virginia. This is a good punt. Jennings able to stay on his feet. And Jennings with a flag coming flying in from the back. A 46-yard punt for Michael Barden. Let's see what this flag is for. The officials getting together. Our referee is Reggie Smith.
During the kick, block in the back, receiving team, number 14. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
We've got a great doubleheader for you on Fox today, starting with the game of the day, TCU against Oklahoma State. Both teams undefeated. The winner will get a huge boost in the playoff chase. Then in primetime, out west, it's Utah and Washington. A big-time game for the Utes. It all starts at 3 Eastern on your local Fox affiliate. Well, after that penalty, West Virginia backed up to the 13-yard line.
There's defensive coordinator Tony Gibson coaching him up. 2nd season. He's been all over the place with this 3-3-5 with Rich Rod at Michigan, Pitt, Rich Rod at Arizona. He knows how to coach it. A little bit thin on the backside, but they're doing a great job this afternoon.
Smallwood. It's wrapped up, able to fall forward for a couple. Micah Awe with his 9th tackle. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8.
And why break it? It's fixed. If with West Virginia, I mean, just keep running that football.
Ball batted up in the air. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. Braden Fehoko. They're going to review it to see if he did, in fact, make the catch.
Well, that's why you keep running it. It's been a problem for Howard because he's not very tall, about 5'11", having balls batted. And that one straight to the sky, and Fehoko made a great effort to come up with it, but did he come up with it? Great effort diving down. We can't tell from that angle just because of Fajoko's massive size. Looks to me like he had a hand under it.
It was off of J.J. Gaines, and then Fehoko, a true freshman, with the interception. An Under Armour All-American, his brother Sam, a grad assistant on this Texas Tech squad.
Again, Fehoko just laying out for that ball. Both hands under it. Still both hands under it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to get overturned, because you can see the tape on those fingers, those little white lines. You can see them pretty clearly under the ball the entire time throughout the process of the interception.
But Petros, it goes back to what you're saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Why are you throwing right there? They split out Smallwood, empty backfield.
Yeah, to me, you keep running the football. They did have a little success with that empty backfield throwing slants, and that is a place that Howard has struggled. But to me, you got a long field. The clock is your friend. You're at home. I think you keep running the ball with Shell and Smallwood. And we'll see what Texas Tech can do if this play stands offensively.
Well, if it does stand, they will get the ball at the 17-yard line of West Virginia.
There's that one moment there that the ball may have hit the ground, but very difficult to tell, and I don't think they're going to be able to overturn this at all.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Interception, first down.
His brother loves it.
That's awesome. Bruce, what can you tell us about Fehoko?
Guys, as bad as the Texas Tech defense has been this year, Braden Fehoko is the biggest reason for optimism. He's a 6'3", 290-pound guy, incredibly strong. When he was in high school, he benched 2 1/4 45 times.
Whoa.
And they said he's a serious hard worker, and he just turned 18.
Wow. On first down, DeAndre Washington trying to cut it back, and he gets thrown backwards by Noble Wachuku, and Kyle Rose gets 2.
45 times with 225 pounds. I'm surprised he didn't crush the ball when he intercepted. And, you know, the big bright spots on this defense, Fehoko and Dakota Allen. And Dakota Allen went off with that ankle injury a little bit earlier, so they needed that from one of their better players.
I'll tell you what, off that turnover with this field position, Texas Tech needs 7 here. Second and 8. Mahomes to the end zone. Incomplete. Unable to bring it down was Devin Lauderdale.
Just couldn't complete the process of it. A well-thrown ball by Mahomes. Mahomes has the arm to get it out there. Extremely catchable. Lauderdale with his feet in the right position just can't come up with it.
3rd and 8. The drops are hurting the Red Raiders today. Pressure coming. Mahomes up the middle. Mahomes still on his feet as he goes down at the 3. Will get the first down. 12-yard run by Mahomes. He's fired up.
Xavier Preston drives him out of bounds.
Mahomes is really good at buying time for himself to find this plethora of wide receivers he has. And here you see him throughout the afternoon here in Morgantown, just finding different ways to try to get some yardage and stay alive.
Handoff. Sadler. Sadler throw back in the end zone. It's incomplete. Looking for Tony Brown on the wide receiver pass.
Pretty well executed play. They did it on a fly sweep. I'm pretty sure he's a lefty. But that ball sailed on him.
So now 2nd and goal from the 3. Handoff, Washington, tackled in the backfield. Shaq Petaway, a loss of 2.
And this is a tall order. A great play by Petaway right on the edge. You see him there setting the edge, getting up underneath the puller and getting to the legs of the back.
3rd and goal now from the 5. Under a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter. Mahomes. And a whistle. Timeout taken by West Virginia before the snap. The first timeout of the half for the Mountaineers. 32 seconds to go, 3rd and 5 when we come back for the Red Raiders.
Oh, look, it's the new Scion IM. And there's actor Jaleel White and Wax Museum Urkel. It's weird they're hanging out, but dual zone automatic climate control keeps one toasty and the other from melting. And the 7-inch touchscreen display audio system drowns out that canned laughter. It's weird they'd want dual wishbone rear suspension, but the road to redefining oneself has many twists and turns.
Did I do?
The new Scion IM. Standard features that actually come standard. Weird, right?
Every journey starts with a first. How will you go first?
Braden Fehoko had the interception as we welcome you back to FS1 College Football presented by K Jewelers. The interception has set up great field position, but now it's a 27-yard field goal attempt for Michael Barden. Excuse me, Barden. Clayton Hatfield, and Hatfield's kick is good to make it a 24-20 game. But Petros, I had said during that drive that they got to have 7, not 3. I think those 3 points and not getting 7 will come back to hurt Texas Tech.
Very possibly. I mean, this is a team that expects to score touchdowns every time they get the ball. I mean, look at their offensive rankings. But overall, Justin, this hasn't felt like your traditional Big 12 football game that we've seen, especially Texas Tech playing this year. And you have to give credit to the West Virginia defense for making it that way, to get the ball on a short field after a turnover and all the momentum headed their way and a chance to tie the game. West Virginia still gets after Mahomes, sacks him, and forces a field goal. So a great job in this game, and we can't say it enough. And Bruce was talking about it, just the physical presence of West Virginia on the offensive line and on the defense has really made this a different kind of Big 12 game this season to watch.
Clayton Hatfield will kick off. Gary Jennings, Javon Durant back. A short kick. It's Durant from the 13th. Durant along the sideline, shoved out by the kicker Hatfield. A 30-yard return. And this evolution of West Virginia offensively and defensively. For more on this, let's go down to Bruce.
Yeah, Justin, Dana Holgorsen made an interesting implementation this offseason to their schedule. And what that means is he listened to what Chip Kelly does. Chip Kelly, when he was in Oregon, they studied some elite sprinters and found out, unlike the normal practice schedule that most football teams do, where they have a walkthrough and kind of wind down on Friday, what they do now is their walkthrough is on Thursday, and they have a kind of a normal practice because they feel like it amps them up. Oklahoma's doing the same, has gotten really good results, and we'll see how it pays off for West Virginia today.
Smallwood on first down, got hit hard. A loss of 2 by Micah Awe.
You know, Chip Kelly, really one of the great innovators in modern college football. I know Bruce is one of the few guys like myself that's gotten to see Oregon practice, you know, when Chip Kelly really had him going. And it just looks different from anything else anybody's doing. Also, the practices in the morning. That's something a lot of people have started doing.
2nd and 12. The rollout to the left, and the pass is complete. Karan White, another reception for White, a 10-yard pickup, now 3rd and 2. Nigel Bethel is second with the tackle.
White's been pretty impressive in this game with a few catches, and he looks strong throughout. And that's really more where Skylar Howard is comfortable, which is rolling out, throwing the ball on the run, being scrappy with a run-pass option, as opposed to just dropping straight back and throwing the ball from a traditional quarterback setting. That's a little bit more difficult for him because of his height.
And Karan White, 5 catches, 80 yards on the day. On 3rd and short, the handoff. Smallwood. 9-yard run, a first down. Awe with the tackle.
What I really like about Smallwood is just how suddenly he gets to the linebackers. I mean, he's there right away. Just a couple steps, and he's already in your face and gaining positive yardage. 2 good backs and a good performance by West Virginia's backs today.
Smallwood again. Up the middle. Look at the hole. Smallwood tackled inside the 15 by John Johnson. 26 yards.
And Smallwood does not follow the fullback. He cuts this one back, and he sees it right away. He takes it to the backside A gap, which is right between the center and guard. And again, he's at that second level in a hurry.
Smallwood now at 115 yards. Both backs over 100 on the day for West Virginia. Again, Smallwood right up the gut to the 9. Johnson and Malik Jenkins combine for the tackle.
Picked up 4 yards.
That clock continues to wind down. West Virginia has lost 4 in a row against the gauntlet of the Big 12. Design quarterback run for Howard. And Skylar Howard up to the 6th. Micah Awe with his 12th tackle of the day. A 3-yard run for Howard.
And the reason they want Howard running this football is not only because he's pretty good at it, but it gives you an extra guy. You see Smallwood as the extra blocker hitting Nelson, and that's what allows Howard to get to the second level a little bit, make this a 3rd and short.
On 3rd and 3, it's Russell Shell. Shell down to the 2, will have the first down, so 1st and goal from the 2. What a tandem today in the backfield between Shell and Smallwood for West Virginia.
And meeting with Dana Holgerson yesterday, we all kind of got the feeling that that's what they wanted to do.
Skylar Howard barrels his way to the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Same play as 2 plays before. Just the quarterback power with the bigger back, Shell, and not Smallwood leading through it. Look at number 7 lay a block and clear the way for Skylar Howard, who does say he loves to play angry. I'd say he's the angriest quarterback in the Big 12.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Josh Lambert on for the extra point. 31-20. Remember, Texas Tech could not fully take advantage of the turnover. They got just 3. West Virginia, they get 7 and lead by 11.
Oh, and I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. I'm never in one place. I roam from town to town. And when I find myself falling for some girl, I hop right into that car of mine, drive around the world, 'cause I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer.
Rated M for mature. Buy Xbox One and get Fallout 4.
All right, now that we have merged with Cable World, we are so excited to hear your big ideas on how we're going to take on DirecTV. So over to you.
Thank you. Full disclosure, we forgot to come up with ideas.
I mean, we got messed up last night. You're lucky we're even here.
But we did bring breakfast.
Bagels?
Nope.
Oh, my goodness.
Peel and eat shrimp.
Not how I would have gone, but it's good. It's innovative, and that's what we want here.
Get rid of cable and switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
They're happy here in Morgantown. West Virginia looking for its first Big 12 win of the season, leading by 11 over Texas Tech. A couple of 100-yard rushers in the game for West Virginia. Skylar Howard with his third rushing touchdown of the season. And West Virginia is doing the job offensively. A couple of those turnovers, the 2 interceptions by Howard. But when they keep it on the ground, they take time off the clock, they put points on the board, and then they leave it up to their defense. And their defense has been awesome. And apparently, West Virginia really enjoys running the ball against Texas Tech.
Well, Dana Holgorsen knows Cliff Kingsbury about as well as any coach can know another coach. I used to coach him at Houston, or excuse me, Texas Tech.
Grant will return it from 5 yards deep in the end zone. And Grant gets hit hard, shy of the 20 at the 19. Time for the Lincoln Motor Company game summary. 31-20, West Virginia leading Texas Tech. And you look at these stats for Texas Tech and you'll say, okay, so that's the first quarter. Wait, no, we're in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, they've really done a job against him. And like I said, I think Dana Holgorsen knows that there are physical things that his football team can do, violence-wise, that Texas Tech has a hard time defending. All 4 of West Virginia's touchdowns have been rushing touchdowns and attitude-style rushing touchdowns. And it's really overwhelmed these Red Raiders.
Mahomes on first down, swings it out, able to complete the pass to Devin Lauderdale. And Lauderdale gets out, also picks up a first down.
Now, this is still a very close game, especially considering what Texas Tech can do or what they've shown to be able to do throughout the season offensively. West Virginia's got to remain aggressive. They still have to rally to the ball. They have to be just as physical as they were at the onset.
Mahomes. Too high, incomplete over Washington. Cameron Batson tried to make the play, but short-hopped it, so 2nd and 10. And you mentioned that, B, was just what this offense can do. Down by 11, 11:01 to go. That's nothing for them, but today they haven't been able to move the ball quickly at all.
Like you said, they've been behind the chains, and that's hurt them with their pace, and here they are taking more time between plays than they want to.
Hand off, Washington up the middle. Washington up to the 33. Christian Brown, Kyle Rose combined for the stop. 3rd and 6 coming up.
And you see on the 3rd down, Texas Tech doing some substitution. That means that Tony Gibson can also do some substitution, get some fresh players in there.
Seven for 16 on 3rd down today for Texas Tech. On the slant. Let's see, do they wrap Sadler up shy of the first down? It looks like they did. Drayvon Askew Henry.
That's the 2nd time Sadler has run that route.
And they're going, hurry up right now. Hang on, we got a whistle. And a timeout was taken by West Virginia before the snap.
West Virginia calls their 2nd timeout now.
He knows his opponent. He called the timeout.
So now that TMZ Sports is moving to FS1, it doesn't mean that anything's changing.
So we're still breaking all the biggest sports stories first?
Oh, yeah.
We're still gonna do awesome videos of athletes doing crazy stuff?
Of course.
Harvey, what's up with that guy? He's kind of creeping me out.
Him? He's a gift from Fox. We don't know what the hell to do with him.
TMZ Sports, weekdays at midnight, except for Wednesdays at 12:30. Now on FS1.
Dave & Buster's is the best place to watch your team with your crew on game day. Football apps just $5 on Sundays and Mondays, and dozens of beers to choose from. Plus massive TVs and play all the newest games too. Only at Dave & Buster's.
4th and a long yard here for Texas Tech, trailing by 11, just over 10 minutes to go. West Virginia called the timeout to set up their defense. 1 for 2 on the day on 4th down for Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech. Mahomes under center. Grant in motion. The pitch is to Washington, has the first down. What a play call.
Yeah. We used to call that play 90-0 flip, and that means you're basically depending on one guy to miss his assignment, and that was number 36, Shaq Petaway. You've got to get him staring into the backfield. They did. It was a good call, but basically running away from West Virginia's physical mentality in the A-gap.
Mahomes a pump fake, rolls out to the right. And he gets just shoved out of bounds by Noble Wachuku.
And I understand why Cliff Kingsbury had to go for that 4th down even after the timeout call. It's imperative that the Red Raiders stay on the field because every time West Virginia gets the ball, their ability to run it just milks this clock. And here in the 4th quarter, the Red Raiders can't afford to lose any more time.
2nd and 10. Mahomes dumps it off. Washington. DeAndre Washington, this might be the biggest change in him, how he's improved as a receiver out of the backfield, and he picks up 17 right there.
Well, and that's something you don't necessarily have to do in the air raid offense, which is get the backs involved in the passing game. It's a nice wrinkle here.
They try to run it this time. Nowhere to go. K.J. Dillon, Kyle Rose. That's what's so impressive about K.J. Dillon and this West Virginia secondary. How many times they come up to make plays against the run?
Yeah, and it started with Christian Brown, the defensive end, making a big penetration play in the backfield, and then those guys are there to back him up. It's all about swarming to the football, which they've done excellently today.
Mahomes will throw over the middle, and it's dropped. Another drop ball by Cameron Batson. I believe that's 6 drop passes by the Texas Tech receivers today.
And there you see Batson just sitting down and showing his numbers right in the middle of that zone. Perfect position, and Mahomes finds him. They just can't execute the plan. Another 3rd and long for the Red Raiders.
Again, it's 2-down territory here for Texas Tech. Justin Stockton in the backfield. Mahomes diving forward. It looks like he's going to come up about a yard shy of that 1st down marker. Darian Howard able to bring him down.
Wow, these guys are going to have nightmares, even though they've done a great job against Patrick Mahomes. Just nightmares about chasing him around. He is crafty.
4th and 1. Stockton is the tailback. This could be the game right here. Mahomes quarterback draw. And Mahomes has the 1st down. The 2nd effort now, he lost the ball, but they're going to say he was down.
The quarterback was down by rule. 1st down.
And this is a tough situation for Jared Barber, the Mike backer. It looks like he hits Mahomes with his left shoulder and immediately is hurt. You see him cringe and react, and he's not even able to make it all the way off the field. Jared Barber, number 42, he sees Mahomes, and he's right on top of him, even though I believe Mahomes would have got the 1st down anyway. Hurts that left shoulder, it seems. And he was in so much pain, he couldn't even walk to the sideline.
We talked today about Jared Barber and what he means to this team.
Been through a lot.
And we've talked about the offenses in this conference, how fast they play, how much the defense is on the field. Last week against TCU, he said he played 91 snaps, barely even played in the fourth. But let's take a look. Did the ball come out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fumble.
Wow.
That ball's loose. Remember, even if the whistle blew, West Virginia can still maintain possession. Wow.
Mahomes, the handoff. Washington wrapped up in the backfield. Going to be a loss of 2. Kwiatkowski and Askew Henry.
Pretty interesting that was not stopped and looked at. That was clearly a fumble and would have been West Virginia's ball, and another red zone turnover for the Red Raiders.
7 minutes to go. Mahomes throws back to the middle. Washington bouncing off some guys, and he's down at the 1. A 16-yard pickup. Petaway, Kwiatkowski, and Dillon. So first and goal from the 1.
The ruling on the field that the ball carrier was down short of the goal line is under further review.
Watch him here. He's still on a body. He's not down.
And he just about rolled into the end zone. It looked like he rolled that ball over the white line. Look him roll over the back of Petaway, number 36.
Right there.
And that is a touchdown. But looking at this one is a bit of a moot point if they had looked at the 1-2 plays before, which was clearly a fumble.
Again, this is under review right now.
Kwiatkowski doing a great job of getting over the top and trying to prevent that touchdown. And West Virginia's done that all afternoon.
The replay official is Jim Blackwood. Here comes the ruling from Reggie Smith.
After further review, the ball carrier broke the plane of the goal line with the ball. It is a touchdown.
The call is reversed. A touchdown for DeAndre Washington, his second receiving touchdown of the year. And now, if you're Texas Tech, you go for 2. This way, it's a 3-point game, and a field goal will tie it. 13 plays, 81 yards, 1:16, and not challenging the fumble could come back to haunt West Virginia. But right now, a big-time play. A 2-point conversion.
And you have these called right away. This is part of your playbook and your preparation.
Mahomes to his right, directing traffic, cuts it back. Mahomes gets tripped up shy.
The ball was fumbled, and by rule, on a try, only the player who fumbles the ball may recover in advance to the fumble spot. The try is unsuccessful.
Al-Rashid Benton with the tackle to trip him up, force the fumble. And there is the call. But DeAndre Washington rolling on some defenders, able to get that ball to get over the goal line here in West. A guy who has back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. It's a 17-yard touchdown catch. 13 plays, 81 yards. And now it's 31-26 after a failed 2-point conversion. Clayton Hatfield will kick off. Gary Jennings, Javon Durant back deep. And again, Hatfield kicks it out of bounds, so West Virginia, for the second time today, will get the ball at the 35.
Kicking team, number 96. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now, very important for West Virginia's perspective here to remain diligent, physical, and I don't think they're going to get out of this game without Skylar Howard having to make a couple critical throws.
Texas Tech has 2 timeouts remaining. Russell Shell in to open this drive at tailback. On 1st down, it's Shell. And he gets up to the 40, picks up 5. Devontae Hinton, Jashawn Johnson combine for the tackle.
You know, Justin, when you have a physical game plan and you want to run the ball against your opponent, it's probably going to be a pretty close game. So it really does come down to the last 7 minutes of the game and your ability to run the clock, ball security, and on some 3rd down situations, make some good throws. Let's see if West Virginia can execute it, because they've gone this far doing pretty well.
Shell splits out, 2nd and 5. They swing it out to him. And Shell loses the football. And now a flag comes in because Brandon Jackson with some extracurriculars, and that is just going to be a costly mistake.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 9. And that is his first 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, the play call, I understand. You have them all bunched up, so you try to get Shell out on the outside. You know, he's fighting for extra yardage, and it looks like the ball came out a little bit, but he had it.
He can smile now. Yeah, recovered, and then he was able to draw the penalty. That's the 7th penalty against Texas Tech. 75 yards on the day, but okay, it's bad enough that you get the penalty. Well, now you get the 1st down, and you move it 15 yards further down the field.
Very costly.
Man. Under 6 to go. Smallwood. Up the middle, look at him go. Just running hard. 8 yards. Awe with yet another tackle.
Smallwood, the more reliable back when it comes to ball security, especially since Shell just had a little bit of a scare. And you look at those rushing yards and what West Virginia has done. Texas Tech, not bad, but they don't dedicate themselves to the run, at least not in the same way that West Virginia did going into this game.
2nd and 2. Again, up the middle, Smallwood hits the hole, and he is down to the 32, 7-yard pickup. You know, and I go back to that penalty, Petros, because if you think about it, you're looking at a 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Great chance to get off the field.
Yeah, and Texas Tech calls a timeout, buys some more time. They need a touchdown to win the game. Again, the reason why it was so critical from Brandon Jackson to pick up that unsportsmanlike conduct. And that's from one of your leaders, a captain. Smallwood again. Malik Jenkins takes him down after a pickup of 5. This clock continues to wind.
Whenever you're running the ball well, it's usually because of a fullback if you have one. And Elijah Wellman has just been great in this game so far. He does a great job of turning his hips and getting right on top of whoever he's blocking. And even if it's not a big hit, he gets in the way and creates good space for Shell and Smallwood.
West Virginia in no hurry, letting the play clock wind down. Snapping it with 1. Howard, is he going to throw? He does, and he throws it out of bounds. Kind of surprised right there. Why stop the clock?
A lot of fans here in Morgantown are a little bit surprised as well. And Now Texas Tech finds themselves in another third down situation and an opportunity to get off the field. That run game has been working so well, but it seems like Holgorsen is trying to cheat a little bit here and get Howard some of those intermediate routes and get him a little bit more confidence for the future. They got to win this one first.
Exactly. Win this and then get confidence later. 7 for 11 on third downs on 3rd and 5. Well, there's the first down by Smallwood. Jashawn Johnson able to drag him down. Smallwood gets 10.
And if Jashawn Johnson doesn't make that tackle there, Justin, Smallwood's going to the house.
Yep.
You could see a big hole and everybody was sealed off. No angles. Johnson was the last guy, and he was only about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
20 carries, 149 yards for Wendell Smallwood. Now Russell Shell back in. Smallwood gets a breather. Quarterback run. And Howard's job right now is just hang on to that football. Malik Jenkins. Another tackle for him. He's up to 4. Clock is under 3. Second and 7, a career day for Wendell Smallwood. It's his 5th 100-yard game in his last 6 games.
Watch this fullback still working.
The pass incomplete again, and these fans, they're upset, and I understand why.
Yeah, they're stopping the clock when you don't have to stop the clock. Every time West Virginia runs the ball, it's a 5-yard carry at least. These guys are falling forward for 2 or 3 yards, even if they get stopped at the line of scrimmage. And this does go back to Dana Holgorsen's true mentality. You know, he is a guy who wants to throw the ball and get his quarterback confidence. Now it's a 3rd and long. I just don't understand that call.
Smallwood in on 3rd and 7. Smallwood gets outside. Smallwood has the first down. Unbelievable. 13 yards for Wendell Smallwood.
I guess if they're not going to stop the run at all, you can work whatever you want on 2nd down. Smallwood does a great job of recognizing that everybody's pinned to the inside, and he's got some quick feet to find that edge. I'm sure they would have loved for him to stay in bounds, but a lot of momentum carrying him out of bounds. And after getting the first down, West Virginia is back in good shape.
They can take this one to under 2. Quarterback Howard. And now the timeout is going to be taken here by Texas Tech.
Texas Tech calls their 2nd timeout.
1:56 to go. One more timeout remaining for the Red Raiders as they trail by 5. Time now for the Dr. Pepper one-of-a-kind play of the game. It's the decision to go to the running game for Dana Holgorsen in West Virginia. Wendell Smallwood, Russell Shell, each over 100 yards on the ground. That's the one-of-a-kind Dr. Pepper play of the game. And now you're looking at 2nd and goal from the 3. Smallwood in. Smallwood on the carry. Still going, and there's the whistle. The whistle was blown before he got in. They called him, said the forward momentum had stopped.
As the ball carrier's forward progress will stop. And Texas Tech calls their final timeout.
Texas Tech also called the timeout to stop the clock.
You hear the whistle right there.
Clear.
And the whistle was before he got in, so there's no way to tell if people stopped after they heard the whistle or if they didn't. Would have been a pretty appropriate touchdown to be scored in the manner that it would have been scored if West Virginia was able to take that one in without the whistle, because that's basically been the story of the game. West Virginia physically overtaking this Texas Tech Red Raiders team.
31-26. 3rd and goal from the 1. West Virginia has taken almost 5 minutes off the clock on this drive. If they punch it in for a touchdown, it essentially ices the game.
Good
301 yards on the ground. From the 1, it's kept by Howard. No sign yet. Flag is thrown. Skylar Howard has come out with his helmet off.
But with the ball, which is more important.
And let's see what this flag is, too.
Quarterback sneak try, very difficult to tell whether or not he's in.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you go to review that, nobody can see anything.
See, that's his helmet. It was ripped off by number 18. That may have been the flag there.
And if that's the case, that'll also ice the game because no timeouts remaining for Texas Tech.
The ruling on the field is the quarterback's forward progress was stopped short of the goal. After the play, personal foul, grasping at the helmet opening, defense, number 18. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
And that's Micah Alway who pulled the helmet off after the whistle. Now there you see Howard kind of trying to inch his way. You're going to see his helmet pop up there. There's his helmet, and here's Alway pulling his helmet off.
Well, now, if you're West Virginia, just take a knee, right? They can't stop the clock. No reason to get more points.
Ready for play.
And they are in that victory formation, Justin. Great call. You see Wendell Smallwood back there on the 12-yard line as a safety man.
We said at the top of the show that when these two teams play, it's typically a close game. Last year, it was a last-second field goal by West Virginia, and Josh Lambert, a 55-yarder. Look at what has happened today. Look at Texas Tech's season numbers, and then what West Virginia has done to them. Staggering the job that Tony Gibson's defense did against the offense of Cliff Kingsbury.
Now, we talked about their story and how it's yet to be written despite those losses all month in the Big 12 against very tough teams. Only one loss between all those teams. That's the Oklahoma loss to Texas. And West Virginia making a statement here saying we're not done in this conference, and we're doing it by being a little bit different. They physically beat up Cliff Kingsbury's team, and Dana Holgorsen knew that about his old friend and colleague and player. I feel like he knew he could physically beat up on this team, and that's the plan they came in with, and that's the plan that they were able to execute. That's a pretty sweet cowboy hat, though.
The first Big 12 victory of the season for West Virginia. They did it on the backs of their running backs. Wendell Smallwood, a career day. 163 yards for Smallwood, 111 yards for Russell Shell. In an era where we talk about offense in the Big 12, it was the defense of West Virginia that helped win this game.
And that was kind of the narrative going into the season, that this was going to be a different West Virginia team. It really came to fruition on the field today in Morgantown. That being said, you haven't seen the last of Texas Tech and this innovative offense and Cliff Kingsbury and their very good quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. I really enjoyed watching him run around today.
Petros Papadakis, Bruce Feldman on the field, Justin Kutcher up here in the booth. Thanks to everybody on the crew. The final score from Morgantown: West Virginia 31, Texas Tech 26. Coming up after the short break, we'll get you to Los Angeles for more college football coverage. But the Mountaineers snap a 4-game losing streak by winning this one by 5. So long from Morgantown.